Hey, what's up, guys? For you people that don't know, my name is Frank. Today I'm going to be talking about how to travel for free or at a discounted rate at least. The way you can do this is by signing up for credit cards, and a lot of you may know credit card companies give out little promotions to basically draw people in to get the credit card. So, for example, one that I just did was the American Express Gold Card. The way this works is you sign up for the card, and then as long as you spend $2,000 within the first 3 months, they will actually give you 50,000 reward points, which is pretty much like the equivalent to one round trip anywhere in the US. Pretty good deal if you ask me, as long as you're already going to spend the $2,000 within 3 months. You wouldn't really want to be doing this, if your monthly expenses are only like say 500 a month, and then you're gonna have to spend extra just to get this free little trip. It's not really worth it. So for those of you that don't spend the 2,000, there's also other cards out there that offer slightly less rewards, but you will have to spend less to earn them. So one actually my girlfriend just did was a Chase card, and I believe she had to only spend $1,000 in 2 months, and then they gave her the equivalent of basically $200. So if you want to go to a place that's kind of near you, that you find a good deal for a $200 flight, this would work, and it's definitely help, obviously. So the other thing, though, is not only do you get that sign up bonus, but from there on out, you also get reward points on every purchase that you make. So, for example, the reason I got the gold card was because right now, actually, like one of my biggest expenses is food. So, the reason why I chose the gold card is because it actually favors people who are spending a lot in food. The way it works out is they don't like say it like this, but they say like, oh, it's 4 times the points on food or this and that. But the way it really breaks down, if you look into it, is for restaurants, it's actually 8% back on all of your purchases and 6% back on all of your grocery expenses. Over the course of the year, that'll build up some money, and hopefully you can get some more free flights, or just at least knock the price down of the travel a little bit. When you do this, it starts adding up and adding up and adding up. And then the real trick, though, is you can do this with one card, right? And then you wait about 6 months, and then you could do it with another card. And as long as you're paying off a statement in full and never leaving a balance, so you don't have to pay the interest, and it's pretty much good to go. And the only thing is you're supposed to use the credit card maybe a couple times a year to keep it active, but you don't want to close them because that could actually affect your credit score. I want to just obviously explain that if it's too good to be true, it usually is. This is not the case with this, but I'm not going to be one of those guys that's on YouTube saying, oh, like do this and, free trip, there's no drawbacks, there's no cons. You're one of those guys that's signing up for a credit card, and then you put a bunch of money on it, and then you're only paying the minimum each month. A lot of people don't realize that like they charge you interest on all those expenses. So you can't just easily use it as like free money. And it might sound stupid to some of you, but a lot of people, a lot of friends I have, they like don't really know about this, and even if they do know about it, they don't realize that the interest is compounding. Say you have $1,000 on the card and you pay the minimum. Let's just say there's still $1,000 left on it for that you didn't pay. If you read the fine print, they'll say something like on all the money you didn't pay, it's like 25% interest or something like that, just for example. And people will think, oh, okay, so 25% interest, so it's like 250 or something like that, right? But what they don't realize is like it keeps going. So you might have $1,000 on there, and if you leave it, and it keeps building up and up and up and up. So like you got to be responsible with the card to do this method. If you want to look into it more, people call it like credit card churning. You could find a bunch of stuff on it online. There's a bunch of videos out there on cards to do it with, and they actually break down each perk and each like percentage of the reward points and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool to just check out. I don't know, like me and some of my friends have been getting pretty into it, and it's kind of almost fun, like not to sound corny, but it is cool to take a free plane trip. It worked for me last year. I did it with the American Express Blue cash rewards. I got $500 back for that. I had to spend, I think it was like $1,500 in 2 months or something like that. I actually didn't use that one for travel because it was cash back. So I just, at the time, I bought like new tires for my car or something, and I put it towards that. But you know, it still helps. $500 off is $500 off for doing something you would already have done. So, you know what I mean? If you're gonna already spend $1,000 a month or something, you might as well put it on the card, pay it off in full, and get these benefits and perks. Like, it doesn't make sense not to, basically. So if you guys like this video or find it helpful, if you guys could help me out and give it a like or subscribe if you want to see more. You guys have any questions about it, you guys can comment, I'll answer them. You guys have any other requests about this topic or want me to break down some of the credit card ones that I've done, I'd be happy to do it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think.